there's some Dr. Seuss flavor to the world, character designs, and zaniness in the world of Wander Over Yonder. Like the Cat in the Hat's classic red and white hat, Wander's trademark green hat with a star belt starts out as the iconic clincher to what makes him stand out from the crowd. But there's far more to the headpiece than just a fun fashion staple. It's a character in its own right. The hat is the first time viewers see the titular hat in a starring role alongside Sylvia. While Wander and the Hat are very fond of each other, arguably to the extent that they're more often a unit than separate characters, Sylvia hates it. At his best, Wander approaches every being where they are and learns who they are and what makes them tick. He knows all of Hader's watchdogs by name, as well as their birthdays and interests. He has friends scattered all across the universe because of how amiable and friendly he is, as well as his earnest want to get to know others. This absolutely extends to the Hat. He understands that while the Hat has fantastical powers, it prefers to use these powers according to what a person actually needs. He describes the Hat's powers as analogous to the curveballs and chaos of life itself.
What else will it give you? Items that you need and not what you want, forcing you to improvise and take things as they come, sort of like a physical manifestation of the challenges we all face in life? A banjo?
And interestingly, the Hat can also predict and adjust what items it creates with ridiculous cartoon logic accuracy. It can read minds, know exactly what will get a character from point A to point B, etc. It's a MacGuffin with a personality. Or, for lack of a better description, it produces the MacGyver quality stunts that Miraculous Ladybug tries to tee up for Ladybug, but with more wackiness and Looney Tunes logic applied. What really makes the Hat interesting, though, is when its personality comes through. Wander trusts the Hat, and the Hat trusts and loves Wander. So Wander can reliably store his banjo, orbital juice, and other practical effects and pull them out exactly when he wants or needs them. The Hat voluntarily acts as extra storage since it knows Wander won't abuse it or its abilities. When the Hat interacts with Sylvia, its ornery streak pokes through. Sylvia treats the Hat with the same callousness most others do. She expects it to produce exactly what she wants, when she wants it, regardless of circumstances. And she is very blunt when she gets frustrated and angry with the Hat's results, no matter how much Wander lightly chastises her about it, or the Hat gives a light monkey's paw twist to its effects. In scenes where it looks like the Hat is grinning, it's a very churlish, mischievous grin. While it can't emote or speak, it finds ways to non-verbally banter with beings the same way the Roadrunner teases the coyote in Wile E. shorts. In The Bad Hatter, Lord Hater discovers the Hat is a separate entity from Wander. Their first interaction is the Hat giving Hater cookies and milk to soothe his childish tantrum. When Hater starts making requests, the Hat responds to his questions with, "What does Lord Dominator want most?" The Hat gives him a ray gun. What does Lord Dominator hate most? It gives Hater a hand mirror. These effects are the equivalent of Peepers reminding Hater for the umpteenth time that Dominator wants to destroy the galaxy, or Sylvia insulting Hater. Where Peepers or Sylvia can defend themselves from Hater's nastier pushback, the Hat is at Hater's mercy. And when Hater tortures or hurts it enough, it capitulates and gives him the exact baseless, frilly, stereotypical girl stuff he demands. In stark contrast to Hater, Sylvia openly expresses her distaste, but it takes drastic, escalating pressure to get her to the point she physically attacks the Hat. Before then, she tries to start a dialogue or begrudgingly collaborate with it. She sees her efforts as an honest attempt or an olive branch. So when the Hat continues to give her items that aren't obviously helpful, she feels like the Hat is insulting or mocking her. When she attacks or threatens the Hat, it's the same response she gives anyone that mocks, insults, or threatens her. This outlines how important it is that Wander let the Hat direct whatever conversations or interactions they have. He understands that whatever the Hat gives him will do exactly what the Hat intends or promises it will. He trusts the Hat's wisdom, insight, and judgment. Sylvia eventually comes around and follows the Hat's guiding hand to get her to wander, but she has to receive the Hat's gifts or direction without applying her expectations to them. Sylvia claims the Hat hates her, but I think that rivalry is more one-sided. The Hat seems to be wary around anyone that isn't Wander, and for good reason, but its actions speak volumes. While it does tease and play coy with Sylvia, It continues to try and nudge her towards where Wander is, despite their arguing and miscommunication. It does respect and at least tolerate her because of how close she and Wander are. If Wander was somehow removed from the picture, I think Sylvia would continue protecting and helping the Hat in Wander's stead. In The Bad Hatter, peepers and hater alike are the most extreme results of what happens when someone discovers a Hat's ability. It can only speak for itself so much, and its efforts rely on whomever it's interacting with to actually engage with what it's saying or doing. Hater breaks the Hat's will and massages it to the point the Hat belches out exactly what he demands when he demands it. The Hat has been reduced to just an object or means. There isn't even an attempt to compromise. It's just flat out abuse. When Peeper steps in, the Hat has already capitulated and surrendered and trades one taskmaster for another brutal taskmaster. Eventually, the Hat becomes so overwhelmed it breaks and becomes a literal volcano of girls' gifts and weaponry. In a sense, this is a defense mechanism, or the one last-ditch effort the Hat has to escape a hostile environment. In the background of Hater and Peepers fighting over the Hat, Wander and Sylvia try to find Wander a new statement piece. Sylvia calls the Hat just another material thing, and Wander tries to agree with her. Frenemies or not, the Hat is part of their team. It's as much a part of their adventures, antics, and lives as Wander and Sylvia themselves. The crux of the episode pushes back against the idea of stripping the Hat of its sentience and autonomy, despite how limited that may be. Anytime Hater bullies a Hat into producing a gift for Dominator, there's the hanging question of considering its well-being. Wander does bring up his actual thoughts in that he hopes the Hat ended up with someone else that could use its help. While he does enjoy what the Hat adds to his aesthetic and identity, the Hat shares his life's mission of trying to help people in whatever way they can. Maybe the ending addresses this. Wander's relationship with the Hat is symbiotic. Whomever the Hat associates with, they need to consider its needs as much as it considers and benefits theirs. True friendship isn't transactional. Wander and his Hat are two beings that connected in a significant, meaningful way, as much as his friendships or relationships with anyone else is that kind of connection. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a comment and like the video. Share it, tell your friends. If you like what I'm cooking up, subscribe, ring the bell, add me to your RSS reader. If you're in a decent position and can do so or want to, I'd seriously appreciate you checking out my Patreon. I upload all my videos there too, and even if you join for free, no ads.